that's making waves in the world of AI, ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
Hi everyone, today I'm going to explain all the biggest announcements which happened in OpenAI Dev Conference. Let's begin with the biggest update what OpenAI Dev Conference has. And in that, now OpenAI wants you to make your own GPT. Yes, you heard me right. It will enable you with their ecosystem which will allow you to create your own GPT, mind you, without any coding skills. Now, when I first heard this news, I was very excited that this is going to help the development fraternity. But later, when I saw the use case, I then realized that even a non-developer and who doesn't know anything about coding can also create their own GPT.
It is going to eliminate a lot of current jobs, that's true. We can make much better ones.
And this is insanely a big news because now coding skills are not needed in order to create your GPT. I will pull up my screen in order to see a small clip of their website, which basically highlights that how you can build these chatbots essentially. So with this, you don't need to know how to program. You can give it plain English language instructions, upload some of your knowledge. This could be even in form of PDFs, videos and other files, and then direct the bot's purpose in a direction. So what can be the end result of your instructions? It can be, now the bot would generate an image, maybe a platform, maybe a startup idea, or maybe searching the web. This could be very useful feature if you think of creating your own bot or your own virtual assistant. Now, all that you'll be able to make it now with your custom features and the way you want your bot to behave. This means now everyone can create their chatbot on their own, and mind you, without having a coding language. Now, I love the quote which CEO of OpenAI, Sam Altman, actually said. Eventually, you'll have your personalized GPTs that can call out other GPTs. You'll be able to accomplish very complex things by bringing different services together. I really liked how this entire quote is worded and framed because this gives me a picture that how exactly that the entire ecosystem is going to work. So the situation will be a lot of GPTs will be working on different tasks. But again, they will come up like a microservice if you really want to get into the technicality. So it will be like a tip of an umbrella which will be in your hand, and all the other threads in form of GPTs will be working on your dedicated task. But eventually, they all will be coordinating to a single point which will be created by you. I mean, they are not microservice exactly, but that is a kind of architecture which I can think of. And that is where my imagination could go to. I might totally be wrong, but that is how I look at things right now. And that is how I feel that things will get mature in the market. With increased use cases, we'll probably be able to understand how this new feature of ChatGPT is going to influence the entire Gen AI market. Now, I have tried to cull out a very small clip of Sam where he's trying to explain how exactly you can create a GPT without any coding language and using natural language processing. So I would recommend you all to please watch this clip, which is of 2 minutes, and then I'll see you after that.
So I'd like to show you how to build one. All right, so I'm gonna create a GPT that helps give founders and developers advice when starting new projects. I'm gonna go to create a GPT here, and this drops me into the GPT builder. I worked with founders for years at YC, and still, whenever I meet developers, the questions I get are always about how do I think about a business idea, can you give me some advice? I'm gonna see if I can build a GPT to help with that. So to start, GPT Builder asks me what I want to make. And I'm gonna say, I want to help startup founders think through their business ideas and get advice. After the founder has gotten some advice, grill them on why they are not growing faster. All right, so to start off, I just tell the GPT a little bit about what I want here. And it's gonna go off and start thinking about that, and it's gonna write some detailed instructions for the GPT. It's also gonna, ask me about a name. How do I feel about Startup Mentor? That's fine, that's good. So if I didn't like the name, of course I could call it something else, but it's gonna try to have this conversation with me and start there. And you can see here on the right in the preview mode that it's already starting to fill out the GPT, where it says what it does. It has some ideas of additional questions that I could ask, and you know what? So it just generated a candidate. Of course, I could regenerate that or change it, but I sort of like that. So I will say that's Great. And you see now that the GPT is being built out a little bit more as we go. Now, what I want this to do, how it can interact with users, I could talk about style here, but what I'm going to say is I am going to upload transcripts of some lectures about startups I have given. Please give advice based off of those. So now it's going to go figure out how to do that. And I would like to show you the configure tab. So you can see some of the things that were built out here as we were going by the builder itself. And you can see that there's capabilities here that I can enable. I could add custom actions. These are all fine to leave. I'm going to upload a file. So here is a lecture that I picked that I gave with some startup advice. And I'm going to add that here. In terms of these questions, this is a dumb one. The rest of those are reasonable and like very much things founders often ask. I'm going to add one more thing to the instructions here, which is be concise and constructive with feedback. All right. So again, if we had more time, I'd show you a bunch of other things, but this is like a decent start. And now we can try it out over on this preview tab. So I will say, what's a common question? What are three things to look for when hiring employees at an early stage start? Now it's going to look at that document I uploaded. It'll also have, of course, all of the background knowledge of GPT-4. That's pretty good. Those are three things that I definitely have said many times. Now we could go on and it would start following the other instructions and grill me on why I'm not growing faster. But in the interest of time, I'm going to skip that. I'm going to publish this only to me for now. I can work on it later. I can add more content. I can add a few actions that I think would be useful. And then I can share it publicly. So that's what it looks like to create a GPT.
Now, after looking at this clip, what do you think? Now, my thoughts are that if a person is constructive in nature, has presence of mind, anybody, be it a child who is studying in grade 5 or maybe grade 8 or maybe grade 12, who has entrepreneurship in their mindset, they could eventually create a new business out of this. You can create your own support system. So all this is related to outsourcing, support services, contact services, and so on and so forth would eventually get disrupted out of this because of this launch by OpenAI. Now think of a situation that you are running a company and you have email chat support team, but now if you can create your own GPT for different set of work, like for technical support you have a dedicated GPT, for sales and service you have another set of GPT, then why exactly you're going to need 10 folks or maybe 20 folks or maybe 100 folks in order to support your email or chat support? That would eventually transform your entire value chain. And that is what is more exciting. That is all going to be from my side today, guys. If you have learned anything viable and substantial, please don't forget to like this video. That will make YouTube Baba happy, and don't mind subscribing our channel. Till I meet with the next interesting topic, I'm taking you leave. Thank you so very much.